The trial of the girl's ex-boyfriend began amid massive public attention. Media crews, police officers, and family members filled the courtroom. The atmosphere was tense. Every attendee seemed to feel the weight of the crime. The prosecutor stood and addressed the jury. Ladies and gentlemen, what we have here is not just a crime of passion. This was a calculated, premeditated murder committed by a man who used his knowledge of law enforcement to attempt to cover his tracks. He split a young woman's body in two, manipulated evidence, and attempted to evade justice. Today you will hear the evidence that proves beyond doubt that he is guilty of murder. The defense attorney tried to downplay the charges. My client loved the victim. He acted in a moment of emotional distress. There was no intention to commit a premeditated murder. The courtroom murmured. Disbelief and anger mixed in the air. The prosecution called forensic experts to testify. Photos of the remains, the decayed clothing, and fibers linking the uniform to the ex-boyfriend were shown. GPS records, reconstructed deleted computer files, and eyewitness accounts were presented. The fiber found on the girl's clothes, the lead investigator explained, matches the uniform of the defendant. He tried to erase all evidence, but forensic science never fails. The courtroom gasped as the sequence of events unfolded. The fake phone call, the trap at the metro, and the calculated burial of the body in two separate locations. Family members of the girl took the stand. The mother's voice trembled as she described the last time she saw her daughter. She was happy. She trusted him. And he betrayed that trust in the worst way possible. Several colleagues from the police department also testified, confirming that the ex-boyfriend had access to sensitive information and knew how to manipulate evidence. The defense attempted to paint him as emotionally unstable, claiming that jealousy clouded his judgment. But the prosecutor countered, premeditation doesn't vanish because of jealousy. He planned every step, misled the investigation, and tried to destroy the truth. Emotional distress is no excuse for murder. The prosecutor's closing words were chilling. Justice is not only for the victim, it is for society, for the truth, and for the message that no one is above the law. The defendant used knowledge, power, and deceit to commit this crime. It is your duty to ensure he pays for it. The defense attorney pleaded for leniency, but the jury was unmoved. After hours of deliberation, the jury returned. The courtroom fell silent as the judge read the verdict. Guilty on all counts. Gasps echoed in the room. The ex-boyfriend lowered his head but showed no visible emotion. The judge continued. Considering the premeditated nature of this crime, the attempts to destroy evidence, and the cruelty inflicted upon the victim and her family, this court sentences the defendant to life, imprisonment without the possibility of parole outside the courthouse. The girl's family wept and embraced each other, Justice had been served, but the wound remained deep. Locals continued to speak of the girl's spirit near the river, a reminder of the tragedy and a silent guardian of her memory. Even in prison, the ex-boyfriend remained silent, haunted not only by the law, but by the weight of his own actions. The law prevailed, but the memory of the girl lives on. A life lost too soon, a community shaken, and a lesson that evil can be exposed, no matter how clever. Justice was served, but some wounds never fully heal.